What up, YouTube? It's your boy. I just want to say this. America is gangster. For real, America is gangster. And they've been gangstering us for so long. We've just grown to accept it, and furthermore have decided there ain't shit we can do about it but just grab some popcorn and enjoy the show. Because that's what it seems like they have done and turned this shit into now, is a big ass Kim Kardashian style reality show. A soap opera. Days of Our Lives. America is gangster. They've been doing it forever. And they did it again. They did it again with Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, Jeffrey. But before we talk about Jeffrey, I'm not going to miss an opportunity to share some of the things recently that America gangstered us in. To hopefully open your eyes, those that aren't aware, we're looking at this thing with, new eyes, okay? With the internal man. I need to remind you of some recent events that you might have to look into with new eyes. Or not. But just know that America is gangster. I'm not going to bring up anything else. I'm going to bring up one because this is big enough where you can look at it and you can research it and you can find out the truth. 9/11. See, that 9/11 scenario, it embodied the same characters that we're dealing with here with this with Jeffrey. I'm just gonna say Jeffrey scenario. High-powered folks. 9/11 was just nothing but a gangster party. It was a big-ass gangster party in your big-ass backyard, and they destroyed that shit. And when you came on the scene, they said, "Man, what the hell? What the hell happened?" They pointed out some cats down the way and said it was them, and they just kept on partying. Yeah, that's what they did. America's gangster. They said, and it was pre-planned. They said, you know what? Here we go. This is what you want to push out to the news outlets. They did it. There was a few outlets that were there before then, and they told the truth, but they didn't realize it. But they presented to you, and they created this CGI shit. They presented to you some CGI shit, and you just accept it as fact that a plane can fly into and through and destroy a building. What the fuck is? Excuse me. What the fuck is that? Oh well, the fuel. No man, come on, that's wizardry. You know this. But America is gangster, so gangster that you step up and represent for them. Like no, not Tyrone. Tyrone. I know he gangster, but he wouldn't do that. Okay. America's gangster. And then even if when Building 7 shows up and you see like, well damn, how did that come down when after he said, you know, what did he say? He said, bring it down, or he said, implode it, or whatever he said. America's gangster. So I wasn't following. I mean, you know, obviously I know about all the secret escapades and all. I don't know about it personally, but I've looked into it. And when I looked at the Bilderbergs and all that stuff, and I see all this Epstein Island and all that stuff, and I was like, nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So when they ended up bringing that shit almost to justice, I was like, what the hell? This is interesting. But it was really interesting to me because the Aura got brought in around the same time, and it was you know, against acts against quote unquote minors, right? Sex acts. So I'm watching them in comparison to one another, and I'm thinking, let's see how they handle these two high power cases pertaining to sex acts with minors, right? But and I'm like, okay, I'm watching it like, okay, let's just see how this thing happens, right? And I recently watched the court cases in a similar way with the Nipsey Hussle thing, and I said, let me watch how and let's see how this thing happens. Clint gave actually clear, concise ways that we can bring this thing to truth, and I'm sure there's that evidence that was available against Jeffrey as well. But some funny shit went down with Eric Holder. Remember that day? Still don't know to this day what's up with him. I haven't looked at it. I don't give a damn actually no more, but still don't know to the day what's up with him. Just confusion. And I said, okay, so let's see what happens with this cat. And they pull the whammy, the gangster whammy, out their back pocket. Oh man, cause he hung himself. Cause y'all he dead, man. What? America's gangster. So what they gonna do? They're gonna show you some CGI imagery. And the masses are just gonna believe it. They're gonna be like, yeah, that was kind of crazy. I would have killed myself too. He knew damn well he was gonna be facing some hot seats. He was gonna bring down everybody, but they loved his ass, so they wasn't gonna kill him or get rid of him. He's one of the powers. They're sorry. They're like, man, we're sorry you had to deal with this bullshit for so long. We wanted to get you out. This was the smartest way to get you out. And I guarantee you, his ass was probably sipping pina coladas on the same ass island, one of those 33 islands with Nipsey Hussle. Talking to the same ass folks, drinking the same ass drinks, messing with the same ass women. I guarantee. And this is how gangster America is. They will do it blatantly. They'll explain it away in some reality show manner. Everybody just follows and goes. They have no ability to think for themselves anymore. It's whatever is presented to you is what you believe. And we cannot see it. You cannot see it, or you cannot see it. You can't see it. So it's back to school time, right? More of the ways America's gangsterness. It's back to school time. And anyways, it's a blessing because I actually took my daughter a couple days ago to take care of purchasing some back to school supplies. And this was different though. This was heartfelt because she's leaving. She's going to college. So this one was different. And while I'm so proud, she's going to George Washington University. She's going to study political science. She graduated from her high school with honors, and she got accepted to this university, and she's very, very, very excited. And I'm excited for her, and I'm very, very proud of her. Because regardless, not irregardless, sorry y'all. Anyways, regardless, why did I say that? Anyways, regardless, whether or not I believe in what they're teaching us, what the indoctrination system does, whether I believe it or not, she performed and did well in those studies. Now, it's up to her for her journey to reveal itself, but she's diving into the political science arena. And so we were talking, and I said, baby, listen, I got to be honest with you. Your dad has always thought, and now it's confirmed, that the president is never elected, but he's always selected. It's always predetermined. Even Obama. She slouched her shoulders and she said, I know, Dad. I know. And that messed me up. I'm like, what? Yes. I thought she was going to defend it. But she said, I know, Dad. But I think we can improve the voting process, because I was part of this and that, and she did a few ballots, poll places recently, and she said people were coming in and voting and never even had to show an ID and so on and so forth, and numbers and so on. And I said, yeah, and I believe that can be improved. I said, but let me take it a step further. I think they would even control that. And there was a point where she started then defending, like, no, and I don't blame that. She's young and she believes, and that's great. And I'm optimistic. I hope that shit can happen. But I'm old enough to know that America is gangster. So they'll put whoever they want to put up in there. Just look at your boy, DT. So here's how gangster they are. At the end of the day, back to school. Let me just say something about this. So now they're going to be saying, not indoctrinate, vaccines and immunization shots. Parents with kids that are going through the process of signing your kids into school, and/or they're going back to school, and they're saying you must do this. I encourage you to please look into what they are doing with these in injecting to your kids, and turn away from it, because I promise you it is not good. It is not necessary. God made us perfect. We have everything we need within us. We do not need to be injecting our kids. I'm guaranteeing. Listen, there's a correlation between autism and vaccine shots and immunization shots. These shots are dumbing us down, just like the fluoride in the water and the toothpaste, and the GMOs and all these things that the government, the gangster government, is doing to dumb us down. So I just wanted to make sure I put that out there, because I won't do a whole episode on vaccines and immunizations, but I would say that open your hearts and your minds to look into it and see exactly what it's good for. Okay? Because again, America is gangster. And here's how gangster they are. You can call them on it. You can show it all up. You can say, hey, here's what's up, man. I saw what you did. I'm seeing what you're doing. I see all the little deceptions, bro. Man. And then you know what he can say? Man, this is America. Love it or leave it. And you just got gangster. Again. It's your boy. Peace.